welcome to the show, everybody. I am TruePowerIsMine, and this is Special Report.
League thanks you for watching the Pepsi Super Bowl 53 halftime show.
Bill Cosby had to do a blood sacrifice. What happened to his son?
Thank you for watching.
I mean, come on. They're going to tell you he's on the side of the road fixing a flat tire. Dude, he had a Mercedes-Benz. They have a damn car service that will come out 24 hours a day no matter where you are. Bill Cosby's son ain't on the side of the road fixing a flat tire. Then they blame that shit on some poor white trash guy. Because, you know, you got people who are in prison who will go to prison because they go, look, man, if you promise to take care of my family, I'll go ahead and take the 20-year rap for this.
Right.
And you know, and Bill Cosby wasn't killed far from where many of the Manson murders and stuff was going on. Because most of the Manson family were white children from wealthy and rich families. Okay? I don't wish harm on anybody. But while folks are sitting here talking about Malibu, there ain't no blacks living over there. Except for the few Uncle Toms that got into Hollywood and Beverly Hills, and one of them got stuck in the mud last week, so I'm not even gonna call his name out. But he went out and texted on, whatever, Instagram and stuff, how his car got stuck in the mud. I know, because most of the girls in the Manson family were white girls from rich families. They were surfers in Malibu. These people are racist as hell, and into some serious satanic worshiping. For you folks out there that don't know what I'm talking about, here's a name for you to Google. Because this is one of their most recent victims, and it was a black female. Her name was Mitrice Richardson. M-I-T as in Tom, R-I-C-E, Richardson. To this day, nobody's been charged with that murder. And Obama, his house nigger ass, he refused to let the Justice Department to come in and investigate that.
Fucking bitch.
So I'm just telling you, and Obama didn't have to prosecute one cop. Bill Clinton? People can talk all the crap they want, but I will say Bill Clinton went after dirty cops when he was in the White House, and while Daddy Bush just died and folks want to talk about how racist he was, let me refresh your memory. I've already talked to you about the biggest civil unrest in U.S. history.
Right.
Those white cops went out there where they put a house nigger in charge of the trial. I was there at that trial. I saw how he would go in the room, white folks would tell him what to ask, he would come back out, ask that question, and they made sure those white cops in Simi Valley were not prosecuted, were not found guilty. It was Daddy Bush who came in with the federal government and prosecuted those white cops. So you folks better not forget that. If it hadn't been for George Bush, those cops would have never done a day in jail for beating Rodney King.
But wasn't that kind of suspicious how that all went down anyhow? A couple from Australia just happened to be in the right place at the right time with video equipment.
What are you talking about? George Holiday? What does George Holiday have to do with a couple from Australia? Would you like to know the truth, since I refused to testify in that trial too?
Yes.
Because the rookie cop in that was one of my best LAPD recruits ever. Oh, I'm sorry. Where are you from? Missouri?
Missouri. Yes, Missouri.
Okay. Well, I enlisted in the Marine Corps in Wyandotte County, Kansas. All right. So, I was there in the Kansas City area. One of my all-time best ever LAPD recruits was Timothy Wynn. Timothy Wynn was from Kansas, and he was in the Army. The day Timothy Wynn graduated from the academy, I sat down, I said, Timmy, you're going out to Foothill Division. Bunch of cowboys out there. Whatever you do, don't let them white boys get you in trouble, because you're on probation, and when you're on probation, you don't have any rights. And he was the first one fired because he was on probation. I was devastated that night when I saw Timothy Wynn, because all Timothy Wynn was doing was what he was told by his damn training officer. Now, I'm saying this to you because, since you made that statement, let me enlighten to you what really happened that night. White boy takes a video of LAPD cops who weren't even involved in that. I told you already it was a highway patrol pursuit. But typical LAPD, they always want to take over other people's shit. That was a highway patrol. Melanie Singer, along with her husband Tim Singer, were two scared to death white folks, had their highway patrol 38s in their hand, shaking and trembling, about to accidentally shoot somebody. And here comes Stacy Coon with Foothill Cops, and this is what Stacy Coon said. Because, this is what LAPD considers highway patrol anyway. Out here we call them highway patrol, but most people, we call them AAA with a badge. Okay? Put your guns away. We will handle this.
Put your guns away. And they did handle it to the tune of $15 million.
So what I'm trying to tell you is if LAPD had let Chippies handle that, you wouldn't be talking about Rodney King because he'd be dead. Meanwhile, they go out there and most of them don't even have the proper training. It looks bad on video, guys, but their baton swings were so ineffective because they don't really practice the way they should that it didn't have the effect. It looks bad. In fact, there are white cops down the south go, I heard about something beating out there in L.A. Man, we saw that nigga boy. That ain't no beating. You all come on down here if you don't want a beating. I ain't sitting there. White cops tell me that. Direct quote. Anyway, my point to you is this. Let me tell you so. Give us so much about this. So that very night when that was going on, guess where Daryl Gates was?
Where?
Washington, D.C. Guess who he was meeting with?
Bush.
Daddy Bush. Because Daddy Bush was going to promise Gates a job in his cabinet. Now, rumor has it was been FBI director, maybe CIA, right?
Right.
Daddy Bush lands, Daryl Gates lands in L.A. And it went from being appointed to a federal position to Daddy Bush coming on TV saying, Barbara and I saw that beating in L.A. and we almost threw up. And Daryl Gates never got that federal job. So what I'm trying to tell you is, let me just tell you the part of the story that I guarantee you've never heard before. Whoever George Holiday is, since the brother there wants to talk about conspiracies and Australian couple, George Holiday took the only copy of that video down to Foothill Station and tried to give it to the LAPD white front desk officer. What do you want? Can I help you? Yeah, there was some incident that happened a little while ago down there with some of your officers, and I videotaped it. I want to mind your own fucking business and get out of here. Well, you don't want this? I done told you, get the fuck out of here and mind your own business. So this is a typical arrogant LAPD mentality. LAPD could have had the only copy of that video that ever existed. They were so, now mind you, this is a white boy. They were so, the George Holiday was so offended by the way this white cop at the front desk treated him, he went to Channel 5 News. KTLA. Oh, which, by the way, I should tell you this. I've never had satellite, never had an iPhone, never had an iPad. I have no cable since '89. I can get KTLA right now because I don't have a contract with Spectrum. What I'm telling you is all these folks with their satellite dish and cable and apps, and they have Spectrum. Spectrum's been in a contract war with local Channel 5, KTLA Channel 5 News here for the last 2 weeks. And people here in LA can't even watch Channel 5. They can't even watch the local news with their high-tech crap. I can sit here with my rabbit ears, by the way, hooked up to the back of my VHS VCR, and I get all the local TV stations. Imagine that. But that's what happened. I hope that answers your question, brother, about the suspicious George Holiday in the video. LAPD could have had the only copy of that video that ever existed. Instead, he went to Channel 5 News, and the rest is history.